You're listening to Speak English with Chat.
On Chat English. Welcome back to Chat English, the place where we stop your mind from going blank. Today, we aren't just learning phrases. We are building a ping-pong machine in your brain, so you never run out of things to say. Picture this. You're at a party, holding a plastic cup. The music is loud. Someone looks at you and asks, "So, how do you know Jake?" You smile and say, "We work together." And then, nothing. Silence. They stare. You stare. It's the statue syndrome, and it feels terrible.
Oh, I know that feeling so well. I remember going to my first networking event in New York. I was wearing my best suit, I felt ready, but the moment someone asked me a simple question, I just gave a one-word answer and stared at my shoes. I felt like the most boring person in the room.
You weren't boring, Dan. You just forgot to return the ball. By the end of this episode, you will have the complete 3-step reflex to fix that forever.
Exactly. And honestly, this is something native speakers do without thinking, but nobody ever teaches it in textbooks. Textbooks teach you how to answer a question, but they rarely teach you how to keep the conversation alive.
That's such a good point. We learn to be good students. Teacher asks, student answers. But in real life, a conversation isn't a test. It's a game.
A game, I like that.
Specifically, it's like ping-pong or tennis. If I hit the ball to you, Dan, and you catch it and put it in your pocket, what happens to the game?
The game is over. Everyone goes home.
Exactly. The game dies. And that is exactly what happens when we call a dead-end answer.
A dead-end answer. That sounds ominous.
It is. It's the killer of conversations. Let's show everyone what we mean. Let's do a quick role play of a bad conversation. I'll be the person at the party, and you be the version of yourself from that New York networking event.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm nervous, but I'm ready.
So, Dan, are you enjoying the party?
Yes.
Right. Do you live in the city?
No.
Okay, well, nice to meet you. I'm going to get a drink.
Bye.
Ouch, that was painful.
It was painful to do. I felt the energy just leave the room. It felt like hitting a wall.
Exactly. It feels like hitting a wall. And notice, Dan, your grammar was perfect. Yes and no are perfectly correct English words.
Right. I understood you and I answered you, but I didn't give you anything to work with.
That's the key. You caught the ball, but you didn't hit it back. You forced me to do all the heavy lifting. I had to think of the next question and the next one. Eventually, I just got tired and walked away.
And that's usually when we start blaming ourselves. We think, oh, my English isn't good enough or I'm not interesting. But actually, it's just a mechanical error. We broke the flow.
Exactly. It's a mechanical error. And because it's mechanical, we can fix it with a simple machine, a simple system.
I love systems. When I have a system, I don't have to panic. So what is this ping-pong system?
It's 3 steps. Step 1, answer. Step 2, add. Step 3, ask.
Answer, add, ask. 3 A's.
Exactly. Answer, add, ask. Most learners stop at step 1. They answer, yes, no, good.
But the magic happens in steps 2 and 3.
Right. So let's break these down, because this is the difference between an awkward silence and a new friend.
Let's start with the answer. That seems simple enough, right?
It is. But even here, we can soften it. Instead of just no, we can say not really or unfortunately not. It just sounds a bit friendlier. But the answer is just the catching of the ball. We need to move immediately to step 2, the add.
The add. This is where we step forward.
Yes, you need to add a tiny piece of information, a detail, a feeling, a fact, anything that gives the other person a hook.
A hook, like something they can grab onto?
Exactly. Imagine your sentence has little handles on it. If you just say yes, it's smooth. There's nothing to grab. But if you say, yes, I've been living here for about 3 years, now there's a handle.
3 years. I can grab that. I can ask, oh, did you move here for work or do you like the neighborhood?
Precisely. You gave me a hook. Let's practice this adding part. I'm going to ask you some questions, Dan. Don't worry about step 3 yet. Just focus on answer and add. Give me a hook.
Okay, hit me.
Do you have any plans for the weekend?
Not really. I'm just going to catch up on some sleep.
Boom. Perfect. You answered, not really, and you added, catch up on some sleep. Now I know you're tired, or maybe you work hard. That's a hook.
Okay, that felt easy.
Let's try another one. Did you watch that new movie everyone is talking about?
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I heard the ending is crazy.
Yes, I heard the ending is crazy. That is a huge hook. Now we can talk about spoilers or action movies or reviews.
It feels much less pressure, actually. I don't have to tell a whole story. I just have to add one little brick.
One little brick. That's a great metaphor. You don't need to build the whole house. Just lay one brick.
But Alice, I know what some of our listeners are thinking right now.
What's that?
They're thinking, but Dan, Alice, my vocabulary is small. I can't think of interesting details fast enough. My brain freezes.
That is a very real fear. When you're nervous, your creative brain shuts down.
Exactly. So do we have a cheat code for that?
We do. If you can't think of a fancy detail, you can always use one of the safety ads.
Safety ads. Tell me more.
Safety ads are 3 categories of details you can always use. Number 1, time. Number 2, feeling. Number 3, reason.
Time, feeling, reason. Can we see them in action?
Sure. Let's take the question, do you like your job?
Okay. If I use time, I could say, yes, I've been there for 5 years.
Perfect. You added a time detail. Simple. Now try feeling.
Do you like your job? Yes, but it can be a little stressful sometimes.
Stressful. That's a feeling. That's a hook. Now try reason.
Yes, because the people I work with are amazing.
Because. That's the magic word for reason. See, you didn't need to be a poet. You just picked time, feeling, or reason.
That is actually really helpful. When my brain freezes, I can just ask myself, okay, how long? How do I feel? Or why?
Exactly. It gives your brain a specific job to do, instead of just panicking.
So that's step 2, the ad. We've caught the ball and we've stepped forward, but we haven't hit it back yet.
No, we haven't. The ball is still in our court. If we stop speaking after the ad, it's better, but it's still risky.
Right. If I say, yes, I've been there for 5 years, and then I stop,
I might say, oh wow, 5 years. Cool. And then silence again.
the silence returns.
It returns because you didn't pass the energy back to me. You need step 3, the ask.
The ask, the return serve.
This is the most important part of the ping-pong reflex. You must end your turn with a question, always.
Always? That sounds intense.
In a social setting where you are getting to know someone, yes. Until the conversation has a life of its own, you should always end with a question. It's polite, and it relieves the pressure.
It relieves pressure?
Yes. Think about it. When you ask a question, who has to talk?
The other person.
Exactly. You get to relax, drink your drink, and listen. Asking a question buys you time to breathe.
I love that. So laziness is actually a good strategy here.
Strategic laziness. We love that. So the simplest version of the ask is what we call the bounce back.
The bounce back. Is that like and you?
Yes. How about you? What about you? And you? These are the golden keys. They work in almost every situation.
So if we go back to our party example, how do you know Jake?
I answer, we work together. I add, I've been sitting next to him for 2 years. And I ask, how about you?
Boom, the ball is back to me. Oh, we went to college together.
And now we are rolling. The game is on.
It seems so simple when you break it down like that. Answer, add, ask.
It is simple, but it takes practice to make it a reflex. You want to do it without thinking.
Right, because when you're nervous, you forget the system.
Exactly. So before we move on to the more advanced questions, let's talk about grammar for a second, because sometimes the bounce back question isn't enough. Sometimes you want to ask a specific question.
True. If I just say and you 5 times in a row, I might sound like a parrot.
A polite parrot, but yes, a parrot. So we need to be comfortable forming basic questions. And here is where I see a lot of learners get stuck. They worry about the auxiliary verbs, do, does, are, is.
Oh yeah, the do you versus are you battle.
It's the classic battle. And honestly, in a loud party, nobody cares if you make a small mistake. But to be confident, it helps to know the pattern.
So what's the quick rule of thumb?
If you are asking about a fact or a routine, something permanent, use do. Do you live here? Do you know the host?
And if it's about right now?
If it's about the current situation or a temporary state, use are. Are you having fun? Are you enjoying the party?
Do you live here versus are you staying nearby?
Exactly. Do for facts, are for feelings and temporary actions. But again, don't let the grammar stop the ping pong. If you say, do you enjoying the party? It's wrong, yes, but the person will understand you. The ball still goes back.
That's such a relief to hear. The goal is connection, not perfection.
Exactly. Connection, not perfection. Write that down on your mental whiteboard, everyone.
I'm writing it down right now.
Okay, I think it's time to put this into practice. We've got the theory, now we need the muscle memory.
Are we going to do another role play?
Yes, but this time we are going to do it right. We are going to go back to that same party, same awkward situation, but this time you have the ping-pong reflex installed.
Okay, I'm ready. Answer, add, ask. I can do this.
Scene set. Loud music, plastic cups. I walk up to you. So, how do you know Jake?
Oh, we actually play soccer together on weekends. He's a surprisingly aggressive player. How do you know him?
Haha, I can imagine that. I'm actually his cousin. I'm visiting from Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. I've never been, but I've heard the pizza is incredible. Do you get back there often?
Not as often as I'd like, honestly. But yes, the pizza is the best. Are you a big food lover?
I am. I actually try to cook a new recipe every Sunday. It's my little ritual. Do you enjoy cooking?
Dan, stop.
What? Did I mess up?
No, you were on fire. That was amazing.
Really? It felt easy. I just kept listening for the hook and throwing the ball back.
It sounded completely natural. And notice what happened. We started with, how do you know Jake? And within 3 turns, we were talking about pizza and cooking rituals.
Yeah, we moved away from the boring small talk really fast.
That's the power of the ad. When you added, he's an aggressive player, you gave me something funny to react to. When you added, I've heard the pizza is incredible, you moved the topic to food. You steered the conversation.
I felt in control. That's a new feeling for me in English. Usually I feel like I'm just trying to survive, but there I was actually driving.
Exactly. When you use the ping-pong method, you are a driver, not a passenger.
I have a question though, Alice.
Go for it.
What if the other person doesn't play ping pong? What if I answer, add, and ask, and they just say yes?
Ah, the solo player. That happens.
It's the worst. You throw the ball and they just drop it.
If that happens, don't panic. It usually means one of 2 things. Either they are shy, maybe they are English learners too, or they just aren't interested in talking right now.
And that's okay.
It's totally okay. You can try one more time. Try one more answer, add, ask loop. If they still drop the ball, you can politely exit. Well, it was great meeting you. I'm going to grab a snack.
And you walk away with your head high because you know you played the game correctly.
Exactly. You didn't fail. The connection just wasn't there.
Before we wrap up, I want to talk about one specific situation where this is really hard.
Which one?
The compliment situation. When someone says, I like your shirt or your English is good.
Oh, yes, that is a trap.
We are taught to say thank you and then silence.
Thank you is the ultimate dead-end answer if you stop there.
So how do we ping-pong a compliment?
Same system. Answer, thank you. Add a detail about the thing. Ask a question about them.
Okay, let's try it. Alice, I really love those glasses.
Thank you. I actually got them online for really cheap. I was so surprised they fit. Do you wear glasses?
Nice, you deflected the attention back to me.
Exactly. Compliments can make us feel shy. We want to get the spotlight off us fast. The ask moves the spotlight to the other person.
Your English is really good.
Thanks. I've been practicing with this podcast called Chat English. It's super helpful. Are you learning any languages right now?
Smooth plug there, Alice.
I had to do it. But you see the pattern? Thank you plus detail plus question.
It works for everything.
It really does. And the beauty of this is that you can practice it alone. You don't need a partner to train the reflex.
How do you do that?
You can play the pause and replay game with yourself. You can listen to an interview on YouTube. When the host asks a question, pause the video. Pretend they asked you.
And then do the 3 steps?
Yes. Answer, add, ask. Out loud in your room.
So, Brad Pitt, tell us about your new movie.
Pause.
Well, it was exhausting to film because we did all our own stunts. Have you ever done an action movie?
Exactly. It sounds silly, but you are training your mouth to connect those 3 pieces. You are building the neural pathway.
So when you get to the real party, the pathway is already there.
Precisely.
You know, we've been talking a lot about this method, but if you really want to lock this in, you need to hear it and speak it consistently.
That's true. And if you are enjoying this kind of practical, no-nonsense English advice, you should make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We put out episodes like this every week to help you move from student to speaker. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next practice session. And honestly, it helps us keep the lights on and keep the ping pong balls flying.
It does. Okay, back to the training. I want to give our listeners a little challenge.
A challenge? I love challenges.
We talked about the safety odds: time, feeling, reason. I want to see if our listeners can use them right now.
Let's do it. I'm going to ask a question to the audience. I want you to think of an answer, but you must add a feeling detail.
Okay, listeners, are you ready? The question is, did you have a good week?
Think about it. Answer, yes or no. Now add a feeling. It was exhausting. It was exciting. It was surprisingly calm.
And then ask, how was yours?
If you did that in your head just now, congratulations. You just played ping pong.
It's satisfying, isn't it? It feels like you completed a puzzle.
It does. And once you start doing this, you will notice when other people do it too. You'll start to see the structure of conversations everywhere.
You'll see the matrix.
You will see the matrix. You'll see who is good at ping pong and who is dropping the ball.
And you'll realize that the best conversationalists aren't the ones with the biggest vocabulary. They are the ones who keep the ball moving.
That is the biggest takeaway for me. I know native speakers who are bad at conversation because they give dead-end answers, and I know learners who are great at conversation because they always ask questions.
So your level of English matters less than your level of ping pong.
100%. Confidence comes from knowing you have a tool to handle the silence. If you know you can always ask, you never have to fear the silence again.
The silence isn't a monster anymore. It's just your turn to serve.
Exactly. It's just your turn to serve.
So Alice, we've covered the diagnosis, the method, the 3 steps, and the safety odds. Is there anything else our listeners need to know?
Just one thing. Be patient with yourself. This is a new habit.
Right.
You might go to a party tomorrow and forget to add. You might just say yes. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up.
Just notice it. Oops, dropped the ball. And try to catch it next time.
Exactly. Maybe later in the conversation, you can jump back in. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention.
Oh, the recovery move. By the way.
It's a great phrase. By the way, regarding your question earlier, it shows you are still engaged.
I like that. It's never too late to pick up the ball.
Never.
Okay, this has been incredibly helpful for me, just reviewing it. I feel ready to go talk to some strangers.
Me too. I'm actually looking forward to my next awkward silence, just so I can fix it.
We are turning pain into practice.
That's the Chat English way.
So we have a little homework for you guys, right?
We do. We want to play ping pong with you in the comments.
Real ping pong. Not table tennis, but verbal tennis.
Here is the serve. I am going to start a conversation in the comments section. The sentence is, I am working on a new video today.
That's the answer. Now we want you to reply with an add and an ask.
Tell us a detail about your day, remember time, feeling, or reason, and then ask us a question back.
It can be anything. I am studying English because I want a promotion. Do you like making videos?
Exactly. Answer plus add plus ask. We will be down there replying to as many as we can. Let's keep the rally going.
I want to see a comment thread with 500 replies. That would be amazing.
That would be a world record for English ping pong.
Let's make it happen.
And remember, if you feel shy, just leave a simple emoji or say, I'm playing. We love knowing you are here.
But try the challenge. It's the best way to lock it in.
Dan, thank you for being my ping pong partner today.
Always a pleasure, Alice. My backhand is getting stronger every episode.
And to everyone listening, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep the ball moving.
Take care of your English, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye, everyone.